In this lecture, we will look at what we call contingency, the fact that evolution does not shape a new species from scratch, but has to work with the material that evolution has produced in the past. To illustrate what I mean by that, I first want you to take part in this optical illusion. On the screen you see a small static black dot on the left. The big dot on the right moves towards it, and then away from it, and towards it again, and so on. Now close your left eye, and with your right eye stare closely at the static spot on the left. You will notice that at one point in the corner of your eye, the big moving dot disappears and then reappears again. What happens in this illusion is that as the image of the moving big dot travels across your retina, it also travels across the so-called blind spot. In this picture, you see a horizontal cross-section of the human eye. The lens projects an image at the back of the eye where the retina lies. On top of the retina lie the nerve fibers which detect the signals from the eye's light-sensitive cells, the rods and cones. In one place, the whole bundle of optic nerve fibers goes through the retina. So at that blind spot, there is a hole in the retina where no image can be formed. Did you notice this in the illusion? Humans have a blind spot because our optic nerve fibers run in front of the retina. Octopuses have an eye that is almost identical to a human eye, but with one crucial difference. The optic nerve fibers are attached behind the retina. So octopuses have no blind spot, and this optical illusion would not work for them. So why this difference? Why didn't human eyes evolve in the same logical way as octopus eyes? It would have prevented that optical handicap, the blind spot. The reason is that vertebrates, to which humans belong, and cephalopods, to which octopuses belong, have evolved complex eyes with a lens independently from each other. We call this convergent evolution because both evolutionary trajectories have converged to the same end product, namely a complex eye, but they have done so in different ways. The earliest vertebrates, some 500 million years ago, evolved primitive eyes by nipping off a portion of the brain and transferring it to the outside of the skin. At the same time, the early ancestors of octopuses evolved eyes in a different way, not by dedicating a part of the brain and moving it to the edge of their body, but by evolving light-sensitive skin and sending the signals from there to the brain. In the early stages of eye evolution, when eyes were little more than light-sensitive spots, this difference in formation had no impact on how well they performed. But when complex eyes with a lens evolved, the octopus way, with the retina above the nerve fibers, proved to be a superior design, while vertebrates like us were stuck with our blind spot. Even though the octopus eye functions more efficiently, the way the eye develops in the vertebrate embryo has been hardwired. There is no way for natural selection to build a better eye in humans because it has to deal with these contingent wiring plans. The blind spot shows that evolution is often forced to work with features that evolved in the past and cannot be altered anymore without a complete overhaul of the body. Stephen Jay Gould, the only evolutionary biologist to have ever featured on The Simpsons, called this contingency. Evolutionary steps taken in the past determine or channel evolutionary steps of the future. Can you think of other examples of contingency? Maybe it's not so easy to find examples like the one of the eye and its blind spot. But in fact, we see the effects of contingency all around us. Think of termites, for example. There are some 3,000 species of termites in the world. Some live in Africa, some in Asia, some in South America or Australia. Many species feed on wood, but some on dead leaves or on plant matter in the soil. Some live at sea level, others in the mountains. Some have big jaws for defense, and others have nozzles with which they spray their opponents with sticky glue. Still, despite millions of years of termite evolution, we have never seen an Arctic termite, nor one that has become a predator. All termites are tropical and all feed on dead vegetable matter. Apparently, the way a termite is built and functions makes it impossible for evolution to take termites very far away from what ancestral termites were already doing. For the same reason, there are no vegetarian spiders, no subterranean birds, and no warm-blooded crabs. I showed you the eye as an example of a contingency. Do you agree that the way our eyes develop means that a better octopus eye cannot evolve in humans? Or can you think of a situation where the contingency would be broken? In the next lecture, I'll show you another way that evolution is limited in what it can do, namely because it has to balance many different demands, so-called trade-offs.